Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your daily tarot reading. Thank you for joining me in this reading. I'm going to be using the Universal Weights deck, the Starseed Oracle deck, and the Fairy Tarot cards for today's reading. So remember to take what resonates and to leave behind whatever you feel does not from the reading. So let's find out what messages come through with today's cards. So the first card we have is the Lovers card. So you could be dealing with a Gemini with this card. Next we have the Chariot card. So with the Chariot card you could be dealing with a Cancer. And finally we have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign. So that is a Cancer, a Pisces, or even a Scorpio. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. So with the Five of Swords, you could be dealing with an air sign. So a Gemini, a Libra, or even a Gemini, an Aquarius. Okay, so with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this is a card that's all about perhaps getting to a place where you are coming to a change in some kind of a relationship or some kind of a dynamic, or changing locations or changing the place that you find yourself in. So fives show a lot of change, and with the Five of Swords, this is especially on a relationship level. But this is a card that shows the kind of perhaps disagreements that may have happened between people that is causing you to stand out from a group, and that is in favor of being able to stand up for perhaps an opposing idea or opinion that sets you apart from this group. And you may be perhaps coming to a point where you may need to agree to disagree, or need to be able to walk away from a situation because it is perhaps reaching a toxic kind of a level, or it isn't serving you and it is not very conducive or productive to your emotional well-being or to your mental well-being. And the best decision with this card may be to surrender in this conflict, and to walk your separate ways and to come apart, so that perhaps the situation can remedy itself and can fix itself in that sense. But this is all about being able to stand up, and in spite of whether that is a popular decision or opinion. And with this card showing up at the bottom of the deck and the Lovers card showing up next in this reading, the Lovers card is all about being at a crossroads and having to make a decision between which direction you would like to move into. So I'm getting with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, perhaps this may be a decision all about whether you stay or whether you go. And with the Lovers card, this is all about having to make that choice. And the reason why this can be a little bit of a bittersweet kind of a decision that you are perhaps making is because it feels like you are having to make an opportunity cost. When you make one decision, it means the loss of another decision. But with the Lovers card, this is still it's a very easy kind of energy that is provided. This is still complementary. And so with any decision that you are making, or any choice that you are choosing to move in, with being able to perhaps listen to your heart or listen to your own inner guidance as far as what feels right and which decision resonates more, you are most likely to make the right choice when you are able to go within and to listen to what resonates with you. And so the Chariot card is all about being able to follow through on that decision that you are making. So this is you being supported in any decision or direction that you decide to move in. So the Chariot card is all about moving things forward, but it is having support as you are moving forward, and that is a very successful kind of moving forward that is shown with the Chariot card. So with this card, I'm getting that whichever direction you are moving into, you are able to really progress in that direction. So the Chariot card is also very determined energy, but it's also victorious energy as well. So that is showing that whichever path that you perhaps are pushed into, or that you feel like you need to move into, you are very supported in moving in that direction. And I'm seeing you being able to enjoy a very victorious kind of journey as far as any forward movement that you are moving in, any direction that you are trying to accomplish forward movement in. Okay, and that Chariot card is all about being able to overcome any hurdles or any bumps in the way. Nothing really is big enough to really affect your journey and stop your destiny and the direction that you are moving in. This is a very successful kind of journey that you would be moving into, and that is in relation to any decision or path that you are choosing to walk in, following perhaps this conflict or this change in the dynamic that the Five of Swords is showing at the bottom of the deck. And then with the Seven of Cups, this is a card that shows you many different opportunities that may be presented to you. So it can be that these many different decisions or many different options that you are presented with are very different in nature, and they could be very appealing. But with this variety, whichever decision that you are making is one that has the potential to really aid you and fuel you in perhaps accomplishing any dream that you have. So this card is all about having big dreams, and with it there comes a lot of different options. So this can also show a card about perhaps ending up in a place where you are perhaps procrastinating or being delayed because of the amount of opportunities. And so this card is all about being able to see through that illusion and not having your judgment clouded by the many different options that are presented to you. So you may be very supported with the Chariot card in any decision that you are making, but with the Seven of Cups, this is all about perhaps needing to commit to any decision that you are choosing. So certainly you have a lot of choice, I'm getting. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a card from the Starseed Oracle deck. So this is the card that came out, and it says, Child of the Cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So with this card, it says that so often we become disconnected from the pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. But you're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells, to remember that you're a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities that ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. So this is a really great vote of confidence. This is a reminder about that, being able to trust your inner wisdom, and also to have faith and trust that inner intelligence and that inner voice that lies within you that you have access to. So I'm going to pull out a card from the Fairy Tarot deck for more messages. So this is the card that came out. It's the Nine of Autumn, and it says, reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. Okay, so even with this card, I'm getting that you have an enormous amount of access to, you have an access to an enormous amount of self-sufficiency, and you have that inner intelligence and that ability to really go into whichever direction that you desire. You do not need to be to fall for any illusions or to feel confused or lost when it comes to making any decisions, especially on this day. So with any decisions that you are making on this day, this is really a vote of confidence in being able to trust that inner wisdom that you resonate with when it comes to which choice or which decision feels most right to you. Okay, so that is the message I'm getting for today's reading. So I hope you have a wonderful day, Sagittarius, and I'll speak to you in tomorrow's reading. Bye, Sagittarius.